and welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the lower semifinals of the Sparkling Tuna Cup number 87, your weekly dose of Tuna Cup action. We have our semis, we have some of our top 4 players, and spawning in the right hand corner of Amygdala, we have the German Protoss player himself, the Red Protoss. For the first time in a Sparkling Tuna Cup, in a Cranky Duckling tournament, it is ShoWTimE. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the blue Protoss player representing Team Liquid, a reigning Tuna Cup champion. It is SKillous. And if you're in the chats, you know what time it is. Hey, papi. It's Gamba time. It is Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat, as we have had some pretty fast games so far. Some pretty fast games, some pretty fast matchups. I'm hoping to embrace a bit of a longer back and forth, but we'll see as we do jump into our fresh best of 3. Coming into this, it's hard to call a favorite player, I'll be honest. I think for a long time, the hierarchy amongst European Protoss players was MaxPax is number 1, ShoWTimE is number 2, and SKillous is number 3. But what I will say is that over the past, I almost said 6 months, I would say over the past, 8, coming up to 9, almost 10 months at this point, we have had SKillous improving so much. Basically, post EWC, he has been improving, he has been leveling up, and he has been closing that gap between himself and the likes of MaxPax and ShoWTimE. So it's been impressive to see that growth from SKillous. Likewise, ShoWTimE, I would say, was kind of like hibernating, was kind of slumbering over the past couple of months, but last week, if you recall, ShoWTimE, he popped off. I was, oh my god. If you recall, it was during, I believe, the Wardy TV, was it the Wardy TV Mondays? I believe at ShoWTimE last week, he popped off and he made it all the way to the finals. He defeated Clem in a crazy result, in a crazy upset. ShoWTimE, he shut Clem down. He did eliminate Clem from the tournament. He also took down Bunny, and he took down Solar. That was last week. ShoWTimE took down everyone in this path. Did go down to Hero in the end, but ShoWTimE, he brought Hero to the ace match. Did bring him all the way to game 5. If you want to see those matches that I just mentioned, we casted them all. As always, we did cast all of those matches. The VODs are available on YouTube, VODs are available on Twitch. When it comes to those Wardy TV Monday matches and those broadcasts. So right now, ShoWTimE, he's definitely in 4. He is 4, and so is SKillous. So far, we have mirrored builds. Stargate opener out of SKillous, Stargate opener out of ShoWTimE. Both players did go for their faster and natural bases. We do see that ShoWTimE's is slightly faster than his opponents, but only by a couple of seconds. Nothing too major, nothing yet. Go. Could be settling in. So far, hallucination gets highest in the initial opener, so ShoWTimE is aware of the Oracle opener of SKillous. Meanwhile, SKillous, he is not aware of the Stargate of his opponent, so ShoWTimE going for the hard counter. Basically, ShoWTimE has information, SKillous does not. SKillous, he's lacking that information, he's going in blind. Little does SKillous know that he's walking into a trap, he's walking into Phoenixes. Stalkers, they attempt to intercept. Oracle moves in, Double Phoenix has arrived, and the Oracle is going to be shut down. As SKillous has to get the hell out of here, takes a lot of hits, takes a lot of losses, and the Oracle should fall. Likewise, second Oracle's on the way for SKillous, and it shouldn't be able to get much done either. Oracle goes down. Second one moves out. Now, this second Oracle is a massive gamble here. The goal is to keep away from those Phoenixes, is to get across the map and try to catch ShoWTimE off guard. Like ShoWTimE, we just shut down the first Oracle. What are the odds? What are the chances that SKillous still makes a second Oracle anyway and tries to get past? It'd be crazy. It'd be wild. And he is crazy. He is wild. Phoenixes are across the map. Oracle does soon hit the natural, but alas, there are ground units in position. There's that recall on the Phoenixes. And there's the recall on the Oracle. Oh my god, just in time. Whew. Just in time. Does get away. So far, so good. Likewise with SKillous and ShoWTimE, they take their expansions. I would say for the time being, ShoWTimE has a slight advantage. I mean, I say slight advantage. These Phoenixes, they have a little more value than the Oracle. They don't just shoot up, they don't just shut down the Oracles, they can also lift up units, CC the main army, go for some pro pickoffs. Looking for a way in. Another way, they get one pro, they get two. Two workers going down, not bad. ShoWTimE does pull away. Behind this, getting to his own immortal production. Checking the tech here, looks like ShoWTimE, he has delayed his Twilight Council, so he's going to have later blink or later charge. Because this Twilight Council is so delayed, I'm skipping blink and going straight into charge does make the most sense. SKillous, opting to go into blink himself, interesting. Does love to go for it. ShoWTimE rotating around. And after an intense early game here, we're kind of slowing things down a little bit. I say a little bit, ShoWTimE still maintains that Phoenix count, that Phoenix army. He's got 4 Phoenixes, he can still threaten the bases. SKillous is still stuck at home, stuck in the natural, stuck at the third. He cannot quite move out. And this army of SKillous doesn't really have a lot of longevity. He's building up to 4 gases. There's 1 gas at the natural, 1 gas on the way here at the third. SKillous, he's building up his Stalker army. Going for a massive gateway explosion, just going almost pure blink Stalker, at least currently. Meanwhile, ShoWTimE is taking charge on the way. Temple Archives as well. Archon production has begun for ShoWTimE. Getting into a Mortal Archon charge. A much more efficient composition here. I do worry for SKillous. As I feel like the longer this goes on, the better it's going to be for ShoWTimE. The goal base is a way to recover, true. So SKillous has had a bit of a rougher start, but the goal base can make up for that. Does make up for it. Stalkers, they move out. Alas, ShoWTimE is in position. I mean, the Observer does spot the army. To have more Stalkers coming in to reinforce. ShoWTimE sees everything with that Observer. Mortal's getting triggered. 1 Stalker goes down. Well, nice revelation. SKillous, he does notice the Observer. Behind this, going to charge. Just mass gateway. Now it's going mass gate. 1-sided Immortal, he gets 1. Whew. Not bad. He gets 1, stasis goes off, just on the 1 Zealot though. Nice bait out of ShoWTimE. And SKillous, he needs those pickoffs. I'm referring to the Immortals, the Archons, any kind of key units here and there. But it is difficult as, at this stage of the game, they just have so much support. There's so many Zealots. Just Zealots, really. SKillous, he has to cut back. 4 Stalkers going to be going down. Leading out all 4. ShoWTimE now with a 20 supply lead. And again, a lot of this is just off of the Phoenix opener. It wasn't just killing the Oracles, but it was also the second Oracle didn't really pay for itself. Getting some probe kills. All led into this kind of game state. And ShoWTimE is snowballing out of control. He breaks through those Phoenixes. Will take some stasis traps to the face though. That's a lot of Zealots getting caught out. A lot of Zealots get caught, but they still survive. And the stasis is about to run out as well. These trades have not been good enough here for SKillous. ShoWTimE is going to rotate. Gets behind the mineral line. SKillous, can he engage? He goes for a base trade instead, goes for a counterattack. ShoWTimE responds. Turns back around. In response to SKillous. SKillous getting caught. Oh, a lot of Stalkers going to be going down. Expensive losses for SKillous. Ay, ay, ay. Bleeding out a lot of Stalkers, and he plummets in supply. He just cannot keep up. The Sage Traps, they have potential, but we got some decent connections. It's okay. The Immortals are stuck in the back line. That's still 4 Immortals. You can see ShoWTimE is breaking through. The Immortals, they pop up. SKillous, he might barely get one. Just the one. As the base goes down, SKillous is being denied. And ShoWTimE, he just doesn't stop. Doesn't stop. You can just see how much momentum he's had the entire game. And unfortunately, SKillous just hasn't been able to recover. How can you? I mean, with DTs, with disruptors, with counterattacks, with run-bys, but in these head-on fights, it's just an uphill battle here. Stasis Traps, they are helping. True. Stasis Traps do help. Archon's going to be targeted down, but the Immortals are still contested. Oh! As GG gets called, the Immortals, they will survive, and ShoWTimE takes game number 1. Whew. GG. Getting a solid game there out of ShoWTimE, just shutting down the initial opener, opening up Phoenixes as a response to the Oracle opener. The Oracles didn't really do much at all here for SKillous. They set him behind. He also lost extra workers, and it was just playing catch-up. It was just playing catch-up for most of that game. He did decide to commit into Mass Blink Stalker, and we saw him pick off like an Immortal here and there, but nothing major. We saw that for the most part, ShoWTimE was keeping up with the army, keeping up with the rotations, and GG. GG, well played. In the end, ShoWTimE does take a lead, and now we are getting ready for game number 2. Let's go. We're getting ready for that second game, and game 2 is going to be on Ley Lines. One of the more standard maps in the map pool. And we'll see if SKillous can bounce back. See if he can bounce back and force that ace matches. Right now, he's up against the wall. Meanwhile, the upper matches are getting ready. Upper matches are getting ready for us. And here we go. Here the beast, we have that second game. We're jumping in. And spawning in the top right hand corner of Ley Lines, we have our red Protoss player. We have our red Protoss from the land of Germany, leading the series 1-0. And 1 game away from making it to the grand finals. It is ShoWTimE. And spawning in the bottom left hand corner, we have as opponent, we have the blue Protoss player representing Team Liquid. Down in the series, we'll see if he can bounce back and force that ace match. It is SKillous. We go. There we go. So, just opening up the door. Opening up the door. But here we go. We are settling into our PvP. So far, so good. Again, we didn't really have anything too crazy last game outside of the opener, outside of the Stargates. Or really, I guess what it came down to was the lack of scouting and the lack of vision of SKillous. Unfortunately, he just didn't know that ShoWTimE also went for a Stargate opener. So SKillous, he was blindly going for the Oracle, and unfortunately, he got shut down. As we get into game number 2, we have a 2-gate opener. 2-gate opener out of ShoWTimE, likewise 2-gate opener out of SKillous as well. Mirrored builds. So far, so good. Do you have our mirrored builds? From here, we'll see if we go for any tech first, like a Twilight Council or Stargates, or if we go for a faster Nexus. Could even see something more committed. Players have their eyes open. Both players checking, scouting. They confirm the positioning of the second pylon. They confirm that there is no proxy. Not yet. As when it comes to our openers, we do have sentries on the way, Stalker as well from ShoWTimE. Meanwhile, we did skip the Stalker here, and we can see SKillous has excess minerals, but alas, yeah, will not be able to expand. Not yet. Here comes that pylon block. But this time he will scout with the hallucination. This is something that we didn't quite get to see last game. As both players do expand. Both players take their naturals. They're just confirming whether there's any earlier attack. And there it is, a Robo Opener out of SKillous. The Robo thrown down just under that hallucination. Meanwhile, Twilight cancelled from ShoWTimE, so we do deviate here. We have a different setup. We have ShoWTimE going for Blink. We have SKillous going for Immortals. Now, when it comes to this Robo-based opener, this is typically a lot safer, a lot more defensive, at least early on, to get into early Immortal production. Of course, SKillous, he will forego any kind of map control, as he's going to be stuck at home instead. Meanwhile, ShoWTimE, he does push in early on with these 3 Stalkers. Does have that Stalker lead. Ooh, shield battery goes down. And before we can even think about that Immortal, ShoWTimE is going for the kill. He's going for the throw to force fields that lock down some hallucinations. No major pickoffs. ShoWTimE is going in. Oh my god, he locks down the sentries. And that might just be it. That might just be it. That might just be game. Sentries are going down. There's no shield battery. Brutal pickoffs. Stalkers are about to warp in. But we still have reinforcements on the way. We have another force field for that ramp. And do we get the force field? Not quite. Sentry goes down. Going for the Guardian Shield instead. Ay. Brutal losses, brutal pickoffs. ShoWTimE still just rallying across the map. He's not stopping. Going for the pylon as well, and the Robo's gonna get depowered. No shot. One more volley, he's so close. The warp-in finishes. Oh my god. Getting very clutch, very close. Warp-in does complete. Stalker goes down. Boys are being pulled. Can he snipe the pylon? One more volley. He gets it. The Immortal is not going to pop out, and before we can even get into the game, GG gets called, and ShoWTimE, he will pop off. He will take the series 2-0. He will advance on to the grand finals. GG. Whew, GG, well played. Again, just really early aggression there from ShoWTimE. He did skip his second and third sentry, at least initially. He did instead open up with the extra Stalkers. He moved out across the map, and he caught SKillous with his pants down. SKillous, he was barely not ready with that shield battery. It was thrown down a little bit later. Likewise, he wasn't quite expecting the army to rock up when it did, and we saw some big snipes early on from ShoWTimE catching out those sentries and taking over the natural. And unfortunately, the Robo was at the natural, right? The Robo was exposed. The Robo had the one pylon powering it, and once it went down, GG. GG, well played. Whew. A much more aggressive side of ShoWTimE gets showcased here, and ShoWTimE, he will advance on to those grand finals, waiting for the winner of Bjorn and Geralt. Let's go. Let us go.